When my daughter was growing up, I told her, guys are going to ask you out on a date. And I told her, ask this, what's your definition of love? And if they don't say it involves commitment and sacrifice, it ain't love. Mm-hmm. It's just dinner and a movie. So definitely go bowling with them, but don't date them. Yeah. And if they don't know the answer, say, well, you go home and figure it out. As soon as you got it figured out, come back. I'll let you know if I'll go out on a date with you.
What's your version of that for your sons?
Oh, for the boys, I think they understand it's honor and respect. Yeah. It's like they're the guys that stand up when a woman walks in the room. Mm-hmm. Not because they're just trying to be polite. They want these women to know that you're women of virtue. And I'll tell you, they've got some really virtuous women around them. And if we start honoring people that way, that we start becoming whoever everybody tells us we are. Mm-hmm. Right? So, for a woman that walks into a group full of men, just for the gals that are listening, just tell all these guys around you that you feel really safe around them. Every guy will be like, yeah, they'll muscle up because you just told them who they were. And so what if we tell our sons and daughters that? Tell them who they are. Don't blow sunshine at them, but just tell them, I see who you're becoming. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Tell your wife that. Tell your husband that. There's something beautiful that happens.
Yeah. That is, I do like that speaking to. I know we talk about that here is catching people doing something right, or just when you recognize something in them to actually tell that to them. I do think I agree with you. That's a really powerful thing.
And when something goes kind of janky, don't say the obvious thing. Yeah. You'll say a lot less. Just don't say the obvious thing. When my daughter was in the hospital, the day she was born, I wrote her a letter, and I said, "Dear Lindsay, I forgive you for wrecking my car." I put it in a pickle jar and I buried it. 17 years later, she wrecked my car. And I didn't say the obvious thing, like the brake pedals on the left. I just gave her latitude and longitude. And she told me, what if we geocache a little bit of grace? Right? Just say man, and then to realize you dig that up and you forgave me for that the very first day I was alive. What if we just do that for one another? Just tell somebody I forgive you, or I'm really sorry. I spent the morning with a guy who just lost his dad. And I almost want to go, before I leave here, geocache the guy. Something to say, look how far you've come. Because today was one of his darkest days. And I almost want to geocache it. And someday, maybe a year from now, just tell him, just give him, it's like third rock from the left. And to say on his dark day, he can't see that now, but a year from now to say, I buried that thing, I dated it, and had a message for you. Look how far you've come. Find people who've messed up. Call them. I don't calendar people's birthday. I calendar a year from their worst day. Yeah. And I'll call them up and say, look how far you've come in that year. That's what I want. And I think in a culture where sometimes we tend to tell people how far they have to go, just be the one guy that's Switzerland. Yeah. Look how far you've gone.